welcome to another video. It is me, Desiree, and today we are talking about one of the most hyped up products out there currently, and it's something from One Size. So it's the Cheek Clapper 3D Blush Trio, but specifically the shade Attention Seeker. So this is the outside box, and then this is the big old compact that you get. So it's very, very big, sturdy, chunky little package here, and it's really cute. It's way bigger than I was expecting it to be. So on the front you have like raised lettering right here, and then on the back just has the trio and what the shades are called. I did buy this at Sephora. It was $38, and I had been on like the waiting list for this for a long time because it sells out all the time. Just this shade in particular. I don't know why that is, but I think it keeps selling out because it keeps selling out. Do you know what I mean? So it was very popular, it sold out, and then I think everybody wants to know why. Like, well, why does it keep selling out? Is it that amazing? I gotta get it. And then it sells out. Like, it keeps going because people need to know whether it's good. It's definitely why I bought it. So I was on the waiting list for this. They sent me an email saying the product you wanted is back in stock, so I immediately bought it, and here it is. And I did check on it later in the day and it was out of stock, but right now it's staying in stock. So let's go ahead and check out the inside. So you do get a big old mirror there on the top. So you get a cream here that they call a flex cream, and they say to use it as underpainting or overpainting. This one here in the middle they call a full impact matte, and it is just a straight up matte powder blush. And then this one here they call a they call it a prismatic hyper sheen. Eye-catching glow and seamless flush. So I'm guessing that one's supposed to be kind of like the highlighter, but you can use it for whatever you want, eyeshadow or something like that. So I have been using this since I bought it and since I got it in the mail, and I gotta say, I don't think this is worth the hype. You know, I don't think this is gonna be for everybody. Let's just go through each of the shades. I'll tell you what I think about them, and I do have two of them on today. So the first one here is the cream, and this is way over the top. It's over the top pigmented. It's very, very creamy, but almost to a way that I feel like it's more like paint. I don't feel like this is a really like nice, elegant cream blush. To me, it truly does feel like a face paint kind of texture. And it's very, very, very pigmented. And a little goes a long way. I have worn this only a couple of times, and it's just not my favorite. It's not my favorite tone of pink blush for my skin tone. It just doesn't look right. It's a very, very cool toned pink, and it is like one of those blue-based pinks. So it pulls very, very cool toned on me, and it just doesn't look right. Anytime I've worn this, it just looks like I have two giant patches of really cool toned blue-based pink blush on my face, and it doesn't go with my skin tone or any of the other makeup that I have on. So this is just not my favorite from the palette. I don't know. It's just not for me or my skin tone, to be honest. But that's fine. Not every blush has to work for my skin tone. So moving on to the powder, you do have a matte powder blush here in the middle, and it has some really cute imprints on it of these little faces. And this is the blush that I have on today. I haven't swatched this before, actually. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna swatch that good, but let's try it out. And this one is cool toned as well. So there's a swatch of the powder blush there, and then that's the cream. And although they look very, very similar, they are different tones and they have different undertones. In the swatch, I can still see that kind of blue-based, super cool toned pink, but it looks a lot different on my face than the cream one does. The cream almost looks like it has a white base to it as well. But the powder blush is very, very pretty. It is what I have on today. And I do feel like this is a lot easier to use. I thought it was gonna be way over the top pigmented like the cream blush is, but it's not. I was able to dip in a few times and not feel afraid of the powder, and I was able to kind of put it on. It blends super easily, blends really, really nice onto the skin. And I don't feel funny about this one. Even though they were very similar tones, you can see that the powder, it's not the same like super white based pink like the cream one is. And I do like this. I like this blush a lot. I think it's very, very pretty. If they had this blush in a single, I would buy it. I think it's very pretty. And even as I was going through my blush collection to see if I had anything similar, I don't. Even the Dior pink blush, it's not the same as this one. So this definitely is the best part of the trio, the matte blush for sure. I do like that a lot. Very easy to use, blendable, very nice. Not too pigmented or scary to use either. So the last product in the palette is what they call the Prismatic Hyper Sheen, and I was really excited about this one. So in the pictures, watch, I'm gonna put the picture here on the screen, the picture from Sephora. That color, it just looks so amazing. Like I wanna reach through the screen and put my fingers in it. It was the part of the palette that I was most excited about, and even in the swatches, like it looks really, really good. But when I got it and I started using it and experimenting with it, it's not what I expected or what I thought it was. It is a highlighter kind of, but it's very, very dry. Very dry. Like I don't even think I'm gonna be able to get a swatch out of here. And even touching it, I know I'm gonna put hard pan on it. It's very dry and very, very flaky. And I did put moisturizer on my hand, just hoping that the color would stick a little better. And I guess in a swatch, you know what? It looks great. There's the swatch right there of that highlight. But on the face, obviously my face isn't gonna be freshly moisturized when I'm putting on this highlighter. Neither is my brush. It's gonna be a dry brush. But when I was putting this on with my brush, going straight into the powder, putting it on top of a face that probably has been set with powder, this doesn't really do a whole lot. Like I do have it on today, and it does have a nice sheen. It really is pretty. Like it looks fine from there. But up close, like it has a little bit of a pink undertone, but what you mostly are going to see from this is blue and purple sparkle. And I don't know if you can really tell that from the palette. Maybe you can. And I guess it kind of ties it all in together because these are kind of that blue based pink color. So I guess this does kind of go well with them, but you can see a lot of blue and purple sparkle, and that's all I can really see on my face. I don't dislike it. I like the blue and purple sparkle. I think it looks really nice. It's something different, but it's not what I expected. I don't know what I expected from it just based on the swatches and the way it looks on the website. I thought it was gonna be something a little different, a little bit more of like a creamy type of powder, like a really nice sheen highlight, especially because they call it prismatic, but it just looks like a highlighter with purple and blue sparkle in it. I don't know, it just didn't blow me away, although I think it does look pretty with the powder. It's not my favorite part of the palette like I thought it was going to be. So all of that being said, was this worth the hype for me? No, I don't think so. You know, I definitely bought it because it kept selling out and I had to know why. But the cream blush, definitely way too pigmented, and yeah, I know that's a big swatch, but that's how it looks on my face when I try to even do a little bit. Just way too pigmented, not a really nice cream formula, and to me it truly did feel like paint, like a face makeup, like a paint kind of texture. The powder blush, very, very pretty. I think it'll suit a lot of different skin tones, but it's not gonna be for everybody. And then the highlighter, or that prismatic sheen, I don't think it's a really nice sheen. It's definitely like a nice little highlighter with some blue sparkly pop, but I don't know. It's okay. So overall, was this worth the hype? Was it worth the hype I built up for it? No, I don't think so. I don't want to buy another one, another cheek clapper from the brand, because I know the little like sheen part in them is probably not going to be what I expect. The powder blush, like the matte parts, I feel like might be a nice, good, decent blush, but the cream, the formula is just not for me. It's a little too paint-like and way too pigmented and very difficult to control and use. But that's my take on this. Let me know if you've tried this one out or if you've tried any of the other cheek clappers. I would love to know your opinion as always. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.